Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast, the podcast where we unlock the latest tech news, leaks, and rumors in the world of tech. I said tech twice in a sentence, but who cares? Today, I'm joined by, of course, well, first of all, my name is Benji from BenObi Tech, and I'm joined by my usual co-host, Taylor from TA Tech, and we also have a stranger in our midst. We have Saran from
Saran, yeah, anything. Thank you. Honestly, you didn't butcher. Like, I've had people butcher my name worse than that. So, anyways, thank you for introducing me.
Yeah, trust me, I've had people butcher my name, and it's the easiest name to say. So, you know what? I don't understand why, but hey.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you guys for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm honored to be the first guest on this amazing show. Hopefully, have fun.
Yeah. We're on
absolutely
I think this is episode 9 as well, so we're almost at episode 10.
Nice.
This is great. But Saran, seeming as like you're new and you're our special honored guest today, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us who you are, maybe where you're from, and like what you do on YouTube.
So yeah, I'm Saran. I'm from the UK. I specialize on Apple leaks, like news in general, on my channel. Just breaking down news, really. That's about it. What else is there to say? I'm a uni student. I do marketing. Yeah, that's about it. There's not much to say.
Yeah. Cool. Which part of the UK are you
from? London. That's how. I don't want to specify. Just London.
London. Yeah, I lived in London for like 2 years. I live in.
Oh, wait, are you from the UK too?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sound like I'm from the UK.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All my tech friends are very far away from me. I only have one person that's like an hour from me, and that's incredible to say. Like when I found that out, I'm like, okay, cool.
I find a lot of the tech communities based in the US. A lot of I've met quite a few friends in this sphere, and like including Taylor as well. Like you guys are all in the US, which is kind of sad, but yeah. Hopefully we can meet up one day. See.
A lot of people are from like California and that part of the world, and it's just like, damn, you guys are lucky. I'm telling you right now, man. But
well, the one thing I'm jealous about is CES. That sounds really cool. I wish I could go to that. Like, I think like a lot of YouTubers are going to CES, and I think that like the requirements are like not too high. Like I don't know exactly what, but I've seen like channels similar to our size going. So you know, if I was in the US, I would have went.
I think if you just throw money at them, they let you in.
Just bribe them.
It's true though. It is true. Like I think.
I mean, I would go. I would pay. I want to go. I want to go one day. Hopefully, hopefully after the whole COVID thing's over. Just travel.
I've seen people like Viper and stuff go, and it's just like, damn, you guys are just lucky to have so much money to be able to go to these things.
Yeah. It's just honestly, super cool.
Yeah. I actually had a dream. No joke. I had a dream that I actually went and I met the bigger creators that we've all seen, and I'm just like, is this really happening right now? Then it's like you wake up and it's like, oh great, it's just a dream. Go back to sleep. Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't dreamed about it, but like going to a big event, interacting with YouTubers, but also just seeing the tech as it's getting announced, that just sounds really cool. Hopefully one day we'll see. Yeah.
One day we're all going to be at the Apple event.
I cover leaks. That's instantly got me shadowed, like just kick me out.
You might get sued by Apple at some point.
Yeah. Honestly, exactly. Apple events. I mean, it's not like, I know it's like a lot of people, Apple YouTubers especially, they want to go to Apple events, but I don't mind. I'll just go to any event. Just take me somewhere. I just want to see something get announced live.
Yeah. Right, exactly. I would love that. Could you imagine all of us at like the Apple event where they announce AR glasses and stuff? That would be awesome.
That would be cool to be fair. Yeah.
I would vlog that in a second.
So Saran, well, sorry, you wanted to say something, Taylor.
No. I'm just gonna say if we want to get into the questions and stuff.
Oh yeah. So for
Um,
those listening and watching, we're gonna first talk a little bit about Saran and get some of his opinions and things like that, and then we're gonna address the news further on in the episode. Um, so without any further ado, let's start
For
off
for
with
those of
the.
you
sure.
guys who are listening and watching afterwards, no fast forwarding to the good parts. Just
Oh yeah, we're
let
gonna
the
we're gonna
episode go.
disable. We're gonna contact our buddies over at YouTube and on Apple Podcasts and then
Disable.
get them disable scrubbing.
Oh man. Actually, I wish that was a thing sometimes because honestly, it's like, you know, I love the fact that people put in chapters in their thing. Very
Yeah,
useful. And but it's like, doesn't that get like less views because people are just scrubbing through what they want to see and then leaving?
I mean, the
yeah, I use chapters because I kind of don't want to waste their time, to be honest. I'd rather they just get to the part they want.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like it's a
true,
convenience
true.
factor. It's there just if you want, you know.
yeah,
Because
and
like
you might
I
even
feel like
get
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
people watch more of the video because they're like, oh, I don't want to watch the whole video. I don't want to see the intro. I don't care. I just want to get into the news and things like that.
That is
Exactly.
Like that.
true.
That's
Yeah.
why
That
I
is
use
true.
chapters as well. I think chapters are really good. Even if you have like a really long video, it's nice to have those chapters so you can know like when something is being talked about and stuff as well.
Because
Yeah,
I feel like the
yeah, that is
attention
true.
span, like like humans' attention spans are just shrinking year over year. So like I'd rather they just get to the
Hmm.
part they want to listen to because if they have to go through the intro and get bored and then just click off, but there's actually content they want to see inside that video, like maybe 8 minutes, 8 minutes in, you know, they'll leave it
Yeah,
and
true.
they'll give the B. So I'd rather just just skip to the part they want. That's my
Very
thought.
true.
Yeah.
So Benji, I don't know. Should I start? Should you start
Yeah,
with the
you go ahead.
questions?
Fire away.
So, like we said, we have a couple of questions and stuff to ask. First question that I actually wanted to know as well is when did you start YouTube and why did you start YouTube?
Okay. I started YouTube during COVID. Really, I got bored during lockdown. That was like I just needed something to do. Um, why
I
did I
started a
start?
little bit before you.
Why did I start? Well, yeah, it's partly because I was bored, but also I guess I've always had a passion for tech. I've always been following tech and just tech creators. So I thought I could just give my opinion on stuff. Like I've been trying, like I've been watching iPhone leak videos for years. So having just sharing my opinion on it, that was the main incentive, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all share that kind of thing as well.
Yeah,
Benji, if you want to carry on,
I disagree.
you disagree.
um,
I disagree.
yeah, and I guess this is also another question that can not only help us but help some of the people who are listening because sometimes I understand a lot of our creative process for videos is a bit different.
Yeah.
But how what is your process in like creating a video like from start to finish if you want to share it of course because I know some people
Oh
are like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I've got a super secret method, I'm not going to share it with anyone.
My method is super
I don't want
basic.
people staring.
It's so basic. It's I wake up in the morning, I read Mac rumors, and all the websites. I see if there's anything interesting. If there is, I don't script. I did script initially, but I kind of stopped doing that. Instead, I just plan what I need to say in my head, really, and then I just film and edit, and then usually I edit usually in the evenings, and then release the video. It's very basic. That's
What
about
Oh,
it.
what
okay.
video editing software do you use?
Final Cut.
Oh, same.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Final Cut is very nice.
It's the
So
best.
I'm still the baby in the whole thing using iMovie, huh?
You should use the trial. That's what I was using initially, the Final Cut trial, because unlike other trials, it gives you all the features for 90 days, so you can
Oh,
test
Oh
it
okay.
yeah,
out and see how it
I think
is,
I
and
remember
then
using that.
yeah, that's
Oh,
because
okay.
obviously when you see the huge price tag, you're like, oh no, should I be investing that much money? But you can obviously test it, see how it is for 90
Yeah,
days,
see
and
that
then
that was like me. It was like, I've looked it up, because I've heard a lot of people talking about the trial and everything. And so like when I look it up and I saw that price tag, I'm just like, I, yeah, no, I can't. So,
Uh,
here's a
I've tried other things on the Mac. Really didn't, get used to any of them. There was one, can't think of the name now, but there was one my friend was using on the Windows computer that he has, and he loves it. So I'm thinking of maybe going to it because I saw it on the Mac as well. So maybe, but I'm still trying to find my place. Even though I keep going to different editors, I keep going back to the same one that I'm just used to. I'm very
yeah.
hard to change my way of doing things.
I
Like
think that applies to
change is
everybody.
not
Like,
for me.
yeah, like I've seen a few creator friends of mine. They were switching. They're trying to switch from Premiere to Final Cut because they just got fed up with Adobe, but they just can't because they're used to how Premiere works. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
even though Final Cut might be superior, they just aren't used to it. So it
yeah.
affects it and it slows them down. So yeah, I can understand why you stick to what you
Right.
know. Yeah.
yeah. Even though Premiere is even like way more expensive than Final Cut Pro in the end.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Because like Final Cut
The
Pro, you
month,
just pay for it once and that's it. And then Premiere, you have
yeah,
to
that
pay every month. And in a year, you've already spent like twice as much as you would with Final Cut or something.
Although I'm still scared
Right.
because I remember there was I think Apple filed a trademark for a Final Cut subscription service. So I'm still scared they're gonna do something. Because you know how Apple's going
Oh
big
no.
on services. What if they announce like Final Cut
Yeah.
Plus and then you have to you have
Yeah.
to pay like £10 or 10 or
Final Cut
20 pounds a
Pro
month.
Pro.
Of
Yeah,
course, my
so
phone
I
would
don't
ring
Now,
this early in the morning.
know.
You gotta love telemarketers. Just saying.
Oh yeah, the spam calls, yeah.
Oh, that's all my house phone gets is telemarketing. Nothing else.
yeah, that's why
If it's friends or family, they usually
we
call my
had
cell phone.
we had a home phone up until like a couple weeks ago, but then like same with us. All we do is get telemarketers. So we're like, we'll just upgrade our Wi-Fi because the only way we could upgrade our Wi-Fi was to get rid of the telephone line for some reason. So we were like, yeah, just get rid
Yeah,
of it.
we got rid of it. Like I think I can't remember the last time I used a home phone. I just used my iPhone just to call people on the.
Yeah,
You
same.
don't really
Yeah.
need a home phone as such anymore. I don't
Dude,
know.
I have friends that now I don't know if it's jokingly or if it's serious, but like I'll talk about my landline. They're like, "What's a landline?" I'm like, "What?
That must be a joke,
What?"
but like I can't understand. Yeah, like I can't think of like now I can't remember the last time I asked for like a landline. I just ask what's your like mobile number, and they usually have that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Oh man,
Landlines are such an old
but
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it really is. It really is at this point. Um,
I was gonna say
so
something, but I completely forgot now. Never mind.
yeah,
Oh no.
I think the phone just
me
interrupted
too.
our.
Yeah, interrupted the convo. Oh,
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about that. Yeah,
no
no.
problem.
Um. So yeah, so I think like some of the questions we wrote down, Taylor, have already been answered at this point. But Saran,
Yeah,
what have you found? Because I honestly I didn't really hear about your channel until Taylor mentioned it the other day. He's like, hey, can we have
Yeah,
this
no,
guy
no
on the
problem.
podcast? Like,
Yeah,
okay, cool. So I went onto your channel and I watched a few of your videos, which I are pretty good actually.
Thank
And I'm
you.
surprised that also how quickly you managed to grow the channel into what it is now. Like how many subscribers do you have? Like, is it
I think
you're
it's
almost at 10K?
8.7. I think like 8.7K. Yeah.
That's awesome. What
damn.
what have you seen like works with like the YouTube algorithm and stuff?
Oh, leaks, leaks.
Leaks.
That's the leaks. I think the first time I saw my channel really like gaining some traction was at the time the M1X MacBook Pros. Obviously, we're completely wrong about the name, but those MacBooks were like, I think like they are by far the best like Apple products in a long time, and probably the best product of the year. But there was a lot of hype for them, and so doing videos about them and just like leaks and stuff, that was a huge a huge thing for the channel.
Yeah, cool. Because like for me, I've got around 5,000 subscribers now, but it's a number of different things. Like the time where the channel started to really grow, I started making jailbreak videos. I don't know if you're very familiar with jailbreaking. And then my channel just all of a sudden went from like a couple hundred subscribers to 5K, and then I kind of changed the stuff that I did, and now it's not even that great. And also, not to mention, I left YouTube for 2 years because I was a volunteer for my church, because I served as a volunteer for my church down in London, actually, that kind of area. And so I was inactive on the channel for 2 years. So now that I'm back, it's like I've got 5K subscribers, but barely getting 100 views per video.
This is this is my biggest fear, I think, because I think I took a break. This is like before the channel started like really gaining traction, but I took a break for like 2 weeks and I just saw the channel die. Like it was like the views were like, it just went like this, like so like ever since I've had this like really, I've just been scared of taking a break. Like I've always like, I think I've been uploading a video every single day for like a year now, just so I keep the momentum going. Because like that's the thing with YouTube, it's tough, but you've got to keep feeding the algorithm. Like you can't really take a break. I know it's like it's not right, I guess, because humans do deserve a break now and then, but like the algorithm obviously doesn't understand that. So
the algorithm,
and also
no break for you.
And like you said, the like I know how you were doing jailbreaking videos and how your channel blew up. I feel like YouTube also puts you in a box. Once you find a niche, you have to do that kind of video. Like I feel like so I did an iPhone 12 review like a few months ago, because I was like, we were like in a tech drought and I was bored, so I thought I'd do a review. That bombed. Like nobody watched it, nobody cared. Like they're like, give me more leaks. So I'm stuck in this box where I have to continue making leaks, and I can't really experiment with anything else, which and it kind of sucks, but that's how YouTube works, I guess.
You become a slave to the algorithm.
True.
Yeah. I just feel like because there's so much competition now, you just have to niche down to one. Like you can't be like an MKBHD who covers a variety of things, because
I mean he's a big YouTuber, so whatever he does, he's already got a loyal fan base.
So it just sucks. I don't know, it's kind of sad, but
I heard that.
I guess we should talk about the positives. There are positives to YouTube. I mean, there's a community that I interact with that's quite fun, and like I enjoy doing videos. I have a passion for like news stuff, so yeah, there's an upside as well.
My friends and I were talking about it last night when we were playing video games, and they're like, there's nothing like the tech community, and it's true. It's true. I mean, everybody is just so amazing and welcoming and, very helpful. I've made so many friends in the tech community, and honestly, there's nothing like the tech community that I've seen so far. Not even the gaming stuff. Like, me and my friends we used to do a lot of gaming live streams and stuff, and really nobody cared, nobody watched. So it's just like, kind of sucks. But, with a tech community, it's just so much different. And my friend's like, I don't really care for tech, but, seeing some people's videos that you've sent me and stuff, it's like, wow, I can't believe how amazing it is. And it's true.
Yeah, now that I think about it, a couple of years ago, because I have another channel as well, where I used to do a lot of content on there. I used to post like vlogs and stuff, and I kind of tried to get into that kind of community. But honestly, a lot of the people in that community are just dodgy, and I even had beef with someone because I made like a joke on Twitter that came across offensive to this person, and then we started a whole beef. It was very interesting.
Honestly, okay,
but yeah, the tech community.
To play devil's advocate though, I think there is like a toxic side because I feel like we do get really angry over like little things, like the whole iOS versus Android thing still goes on. I see so many
Oh yeah,
like toxic
that too.
posts regarding that,
Uh,
and like
green bubble versus blue bubble.
yeah, like that whole yeah, but like I would say largely it's quite positive. I feel like the YouTube sphere is quite like creators support each other and we were quite friendly with each other, but the just the general tech folks, they're the ones who argue quite a lot about all kinds of trivial things. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So I want to go on to this next question here, and I'm curious because I know that you're very deep into Apple and the ecosystem and stuff. But what's a product category you like to see Apple enter?
Oh, I think I think I saw I can't remember, but I think I came across this question a few months ago. Was it Mark? No, Marquez was the one that was answering this, but he didn't he say printer? I think he said printer. Or
I
some,
think he said
I
a
remember
camera.
Mm,
the camera. Okay, well, somebody said a printer, and I was like, yes, because printers suck. Printers, for my whole life, I've known printers just to be terrible products in general. They never work. They just malfunction all the time. I feel like Apple could actually fix that and make something perfect. Like, it'll be super expensive. It'll be like probably 1K, but it'll be
yeah,
amazing. It'll be amazing. It'll work. I feel
Yeah.
like.
true, true.
I talking about printers. We recently upgraded our Wi-Fi, and we've got Wi-Fi 6 now with
Yeah.
our router. And for some reason now our printer doesn't connect to it because it's like, oh, they're not compatible. It's not compatible with Wi-Fi 6, and we're like, what? We upgrade our Wi-Fi, now our printer's broken.
What?
This is what I've every time. Like I think we've been replacing a printer like every like 6 months at this point. Like we've got like a warranty thing where we just replace it now because it just keeps
Yeah.
malfunctioning for no reason. Like sometimes it refuses to connect. Sometimes it does not send the file over to print. Sometimes it just gets a paper jam. So many problems. It's annoying.
So bad.
So yeah, I think Apple could actually solve that.
Yeah. I didn't really think about Apple making a printer, but now that you mention it, I don't think there is much of a market for printers though at this point.
Yeah, fair,
Like for
fair. Yeah,
example,
maybe.
myself, I never really print anything, and I know some other people
Mm,
don't as well. Um, but I mean, I think if Apple got into printers, probably more people would be using printers at this point.
mm,
Yeah, yeah, I don't know,
mm.
but that's I think that the one that Marquez mentioned, the camera would also be quite nice because Taylor of Tech mentions this quite often, but like having AirDrop built in with a camera would be really nice, just to transfer footage over really seamlessly. So yeah, camera market that could be something Apple could check out. Yeah.
Yeah, with their exclusive lenses that can't be used anywhere else. But no,
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, it would be sick to have a camera that has AirDrop and stuff. Because
That would
like
be
I've
yeah,
seen
really nice.
so many times where I've had maybe like I'm editing my with my computer and I forget the micro SD card dongle. I'm like, oh
Oh
no.
yeah, 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 yeah. That exactly that. Yeah, I have the same issue.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think, Taylor? What do you think they should get into?
Man, I don't know. I've actually said maybe like, more home systems like alarms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
home
I don't
cameras
know.
as well.
I think maybe even like security cameras and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, because I think right
J-
now, like a lot of people have been complaining about HomeKit and how it's not that great, and there's so many
yeah,
companies now that
yeah.
are just working around it. Instead of like making their devices HomeKit compatible, they just make them compatible with Siri shortcuts, and it's like,
Isn't
no,
there isn't there wasn't there agreement that Alexa, Google Assistant, and like I think it's called Matter? They're basically like a common standard, so manufacturers can just make it for all of them, just make it work with all these
yeah,
smart assistants, I guess.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think like
Right.
most of the smart devices I have work with both Alexa and Google Home. but they don't work with
HomeKit.
Siri.
Yeah.
Some of them work with Siri shortcuts, which isn't the same thing, but I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
true, true.
Yeah.
But
So go ahead, Benji.
But yeah, I think you've talked a little bit about foldables on your channel. I saw some of the thumbnails about like the Apple Fold and stuff. Do you think Apple will actually get into foldables, and like is that something that you would like to get into, I guess?
Yes, I want to see Apple make a foldable because I think they would probably be the first company to nail the software experience, like the tablet experience anyways, because Android's never worked that well with tablets in my experience. I know that the Fold 3 has done. I remember. Android just launched Android 12L. I think is it L? I think it's called L. It's made for larger screens. So like I'm assuming they're optimizing the experience for foldable displays. But either way, iPadOS is going to be way better on that in a display. So I do think Apple would probably make like the best foldable on the market.
Yeah,
So,
I completely agree.
And most
although
expensive too. Just say.
I'm not really a big fan of foldables. I don't really think they're the future, or like they're kind of pointless. But if Apple did get into it, I wouldn't buy it probably, but it would be interesting to see how they make it, and it will definitely be, I think, the best out of the market. Because the reason why I don't like the Z Flip, for example, is that it's literally the size of a normal phone that just folds in half. And that's not exactly what what I would picture foldable to be. And the Fold 3 is a slightly better version of it, but the outer screen is barely usable because of the aspect ratio, at least in my opinion. But I think if Apple were to get into it, I think they would do it completely differently, and even the software would be fully optimized. Maybe it'll have iPadOS, who knows? Even though iPadOS isn't really that much different from iOS as Apple wants you to think, but yeah.
I think rollables also have a ton of potential. LG was supposed to make a rollable, but then LG left the market. But I've seen like TCL and was it? I've seen some demos of these rollables and they look really nice. And I think that they might actually. I feel like they could be the future instead of like the Z Fold.
I've said that before.
Because rollables, I feel like you don't compromise. Like, first of all, the aspect ratio won't be as weird, in my opinion. Like, you probably have a somewhat regular aspect ratio, and also it'll be a much bigger display. So I saw a rollable concept, like a working concept, where it was like a 6-inch phone, like a regular size phone, and it just it became like a 10-inch tablet. So way bigger than the Z Fold. So yeah, I think that could be the future.
Yeah, instead of having like a weird aspect ratioed square.
And no crease as well.
Z Fold is.
And there will be no crease. Yeah. So
that would be good.
Yeah. I think LG Display recently discovered some this plastic material that's as tough as glass, and also folds. So that could solve the because the display right now on the Fold is pretty soft. I believe you can still scratch it with your fingernail, which is a little iffy. So if LG's display could solve this again, that can make the rollable thing like an actual, I guess a device for the masses.
And I think Apple is Apple's probably waited this long just because of that, because when they want to make one, that's good, and it's going to be durable. That's not going to be
exactly.
You can scratch your fingernail.
A lot of people.
That's kind of like.
That's the thing. Because like
a lot of people that I know.
So Minchi Kuo did say that I think Apple was going to produce 30 million, or was going to sell 30 million foldables if they were to make one, and Samsung currently produces like I think they've sold like 1 million, so that's like a huge difference. So like imagine we're already seeing a ton of people having problems with the Z Fold and the Z Flip. Imagine that 30 times with Apple, because there's going to be way more customers. So they definitely want to solve the durability issues first.
Yeah, for sure. for sure. So I actually have a question that I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see your answer to, but let's say for like a minute here, Apple didn't exist. What would be the company that you would go to?
Ooh. I think I'm fine. So phone and tablet wise, I could probably make do with Samsung because I did use Samsung phones before, and I haven't. I'll probably get used to Samsung tablet, but the issue is I hate Windows with a passion. I do not like Windows. I can
Same.
go to I can go to Android. I'm fine with Android. Like I have no issues with
Yep.
Android. Android's fine. Windows I hate. I just hate Windows. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. But I guess but then Chromebooks you can't edit with a Chromebook, so I can't do
Right.
my chat. So like it's a really tough. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to compromise and just get used to Windows if I had to if Apple didn't exist. Yeah.
True. What
Honestly, if
about you,
Apple wouldn't
Benji?
exist, it would suck. Uh, I don't really know at this point. Like, I'd probably go with Google, but then I wouldn't like to have a Google Chromebook, so I'd
Yeah.
probably have to go
Yeah.
with Windows on that. But yeah, if I didn't have an iPhone, I'd probably have a Pixel, even though I haven't tried the Pixel 6. I tried the Pixel 3
Ah,
XL a couple of years ago. That's
I
like
want a
the only
Pixel so
Pixel I've
bad.
tried. And the
Hmm.
Pixel 3 XL was like I had mixed feelings about, so I hope they fix those things. If not, I wouldn't choose Samsung because I have a Galaxy S10 Plus and I don't really like it.
Fair. Okay. I think
Either
actually
Google,
Exynos is probably the biggest thing. Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
Exynos is
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
bad,
yeah,
and even the battery life on my S10 is so much worse than it was when I first got it. Even though I used wireless charging like pretty much the whole time, so I wasn't like fast charging.
yeah. I had a Galaxy Note 9 and the battery life was terrible. I sold that phone like within like I think 2 months of having it because it was just so bad. The battery life was
Oh damn.
horrific. Yeah,
Yeah, so
because of the
Yeah.
I go with
Exynos. That's why. Yeah.
I'd go with
Ex-
Google or OnePlus because I've also tried OnePlus and I really liked OnePlus. So one of the two.
Actually, OnePlus nowadays, I feel like there was a lot of
True.
backlash recently. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
it's
seen
getting
it,
a bit
but
worse.
so
Like,
yeah, I think Android 12, the update has like it's no longer stock. They've gone completely to the Oppo, which is their sub brand, like their
Yep.
Color OS. So it's like a TouchWiz. You know how Samsung's like a more colorful. Just it's not stock Android basically. So yeah, they've ruined the whole software experience. Just a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I've seen some of that as well on somewhere on Twitter.
Yeah. So
Sad.
that's a shame.
Taylor? What about you? You'd switch to Google, would you?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
I,
I'd
I think
go
that I think
full.
that tweet has only gotten a couple of retweets, so you're safe right now.
Get out of here, Benji.
What
Get outta
tweet
here.
is this? I'm curious now. What tweet
Oh,
I
oh, great,
as a
great,
joke,
great. Yeah.
as a joke, I retweeted. Taylor made a video. I think it was about the Galaxy. No, not the Galaxy. The Pixel Watch. And
Yeah,
so
oh, yeah.
I just
It was a
retweeted it as a
live
joke.
stream.
I said, if this retweet gets 50 retweets, Taylor has to sell his iPhone and his Apple Watch, and he needs to buy a Pixel and a Galaxy Watch.
I won't. Don't worry, I'm not going to retweet. I'll let you keep. I'll let you keep your iOS devices.
I'm just like, really? I can't with you, Benji. Only you to make me do something like that.
If somebody could bribe me, I probably would switch. But yeah,
Yeah, I could. I think I
True,
would. I wouldn't
true.
mind switching as long as I keep macOS. I need my MacBook. I just need my MacBook.
Oh, yeah,
I can
same.
switch the other things. I can switch the other
Yes.
things around. Yeah.
yeah. Like I've used a
Definitely.
Samsung phone for like 2 years. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was gonna be worse, but yeah,
Yeah.
iPhone's still superior though.
I mean,
Although,
obviously.
I feel like I've kind of come to a realization that iPhones have kind of peaked. Maybe just smartphones in general, but the iPhone especially. Like, I feel like so I have the iPhone 12. This feels perfect.
Ooh,
I don't
red.
really have any issues.
I'm red as well.
Oh, nice. Is that the 13?
Yeah, the 13 mini.
Oh, nice. But yeah, this phone feels like I have no issues with this. Like I think I might. So I did get the 13 Pro Max, but I returned it because I just felt like it wasn't worth keeping. Like it was a nice phone, but just this is still pretty good. So I kept this. I'll probably keep it for the foreseeable future. We'll see. Yeah.
For sure.
I think we have one more question for you before we get into news.
Cool.
So,
Definitely.
yeah. So how do you get like all of your information for your leaks and like your rumors? Because I saw some of the videos that you made. Like there were some leaks and stuff that I was like, oh, I didn't even know about that. So like, what are your secrets for that?
Secrets. It's called macrumors.com.
Tell us your secret.
It's not most of it's just regular stuff on like Mac. I think Twitter especially. There's a ton of like Twitter leakers. So you just follow them, and like I have the notifications on for them, so if they post anything, I see it. There's a few times I've got exclusive information, but like I don't know if the thing is, it's really hard to. Because sometimes they could be right, but sometimes they could be just trying to get some fame and faking the info. So there's that, and
Yeah.
I think I follow a few Korean sites just in case, like the Elec and this other Korean source, just in case they post stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it. Yeah. I need to get. I want to get on because Weibo is another website that a ton of leaks come from. Like Love Dream and a lot of other Chinese leakers are from. Well, they usually post stuff there first. So I'm trying to see how I can like maybe have an account there. I like use Google Translate to find leaks there. But yeah, we'll see.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. So, thank you for answering those questions. I know
problem.
it was very hard. Must have been very hard. So
You have
now
to
we
think
want to
a
talk a
lot.
little bit about news.
News.
So for those who are watching and listening to this podcast just for the news, here you are. Hopefully you didn't skip to this part of the show. If you did, you're a terrible human being. But we want to start with the first piece of news. We don't have too much this week because we're kind of still in a tech news drought and we're coming up to Christmas, so there's going to be less of that. But
Yeah.
Mark Gurman the other day decided
yes.
to drop a bunch of like information about Apple's 2022 and how that's going to go. And Apple's got quite a lot of stuff planned for next year, and it's pretty exciting. So they're planning on a redesigned iPad Pro, a high-end iMac, a new Mac Pro, and of course new iPhones, new Apple Watches, and a bunch of other stuff. So Taylor, do you want to help with breaking some of this down?
Sure, absolutely.
We get Saran's thoughts on it as well.
Absolutely. So, let's see here. I'm trying to open this up right now. Okay. So yeah, they're gonna be making a new iPad Pro with wireless charging. First of all, they should have had that before, but hey, whatever. I honestly want to see. So they're actually I want to talk about this. They're actually talking about making a new wireless charger, like air power, whatever it's going to be called.
Yeah.
I actually want to see this work with the new iPads. That would be awesome. But they're also talking about revamped high-end iMac with Apple Silicon to
You skipped the iPad
sit
Air.
above the 20. Oh, did I? Oh,
and
shoot.
the iPad 10.
Nobody cares. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, iPad and
I-
the iPad 10. They just the iPads. Yeah.
True.
True.
Everyone cares about the iPad Pro with the wireless charging.
Yeah.
I want to add one
would.
thing.
I would.
Reverse charging might be coming. I think Go mentioned that in a previous report. So you could charge your iPhone and AirPods and possibly
really?
Apple Watch maybe in the future, unless they got to switch to Qi. But if they do, you can charge all your devices on the back of the iPad, which is pretty cool. So,
It'd be really cool.
Oh wow.
And also titanium chassis maybe. I
Ooh,
that was
yeah.
like a yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Taylor. We broke your
Yeah, you did, but that's okay. No, you're actually my Google Chrome is now broken. Give
All
me a
right,
second.
I can continue. No worries. So
Please.
Apple's also giving us a revamped high-end iMac with Apple Silicon, to sit above the new 24-inch models. So kind of like an iMac Pro, but I don't think it's exactly gonna be an iMac Pro. I don't know if anybody's heard anything different about that.
Do you guys? I have a question for you guys actually. So there's been a lot
Yeah.
of like theorizing and some evidence. So there's been evidence of apparently there's an unused section on the M1 Max chip, the actual physical chip, and people are thinking that maybe Apple could connect another M1 Max to create an M1 Max Duo for the bigger iMac, since it has a much bigger chassis, so better thermals, and give it more power. Do you think that'll be the case,
I think so.
or do you think
Instead
it'll
of
just
like
have the same
redesign,
M1 Pro Max? Yeah,
um,
go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, I think because they're also gonna be releasing a Mac Pro next year. I think that's what they might do. They might just throw in a number of different processors, maybe like up to four. I think I heard some people say that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
could put up to four M1 Max chips. I think it will be a better and smarter idea and probably more cost effective than like redesigning a whole other chip. But yeah, I think if they did the iMac, because it's not reliant on like battery life and stuff, and usually the iMacs are a bit more powerful from the MacBooks. I think definitely they could throw two like M1 Pro or M1 Maxes in the iMac.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Taylor, do you have any thoughts?
No, I completely agree with Benji and what he said. Completely.
Fair.
Cool.
Cool.
We're also getting a new iPhone SE with 5G, which is basically going to be the same iPhone SE, but with a new processor and 5G.
This is a terrible phone.
Why?
I hate this phone with a passion.
Why?
Do not, please do not buy this. Go buy iPhone 10 renewed from Amazon or just any other older
Even
iPhone.
an iPhone
Just
11.
don't.
Even an iPhone 11.
Yeah, iPhone 11. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're open to
Exactly.
Android, there's so many other options there. Just don't buy this, please.
I just saw.
What's funny though is that in the last quarter, the iPhone SE 2, the current one, saw like a jump in sales apparently. Why are people
Yep.
buying this? I don't know. I'm confused. I guess it's just the people outside the tech bubble are fine with the
maybe
the older design, but
yeah, it's good for like grandparents and stuff who can't figure out the gestures on the phone. They like
Yeah,
trying
I
to
guess
find
fair
gestures
point,
like,
I
I prefer
guess.
home
Yeah.
button.
yeah.
Or somebody
I don't
who
know.
just
Speaking
prefers Touch ID.
Speaking about iPhone SE, I just saw an article from
Yeah.
Apple Track. iPhone SE 4 coming in 2023 with larger display and more RAM. What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ross
I think-
Young. I think Ross Young said it was going to be like a 6.1 inch iPhone, so I'm assuming it's going to be based on the 11. So they're usually based on older iPhones. So I
Or
think
the 10R. I think it was the 10R.
10R, yeah, 10R, yeah.
Yeah.
So one of those chassis, and then I think Touch ID on the side. That's what I'm not sure
Yeah.
about. So they said Touch ID on the side, which would result in like a smaller. I think the initial report said it might even just get like a hole punch design or something, which seems a bit far fetched. But yeah, I don't know.
True.
I don't know
Not
about
very
that.
Apple.
But yeah, but I think like a 10R. I'm pretty excited for that. I think that'll be pretty nice. Like a 10R slash
yeah,
11 design. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Next year, we're also getting new AirPods Pro, and actually that kind of ties into one of the other things you threw in the notes, Taylor, about the AirPods Pro 2 release date. They're planning on being released at the end of 2022. So for those who want AirPods Pro, and you're willing to wait a year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I would wait that long.
Another
I
question
have
for you
AirPods Pros
guys.
already,
Do you,
so-
I wouldn't.
Do you
either.
think? Do you guys think the AirPods Pro, the new ones, are going to be stemless? Because that's like another rumor going around.
I don't know. I don't exactly want them to be stemless.
I don't
But
think
also
so
at the
because
same
I
Yeah,
feel
me
like
either.
the stems make AirPods instantly recognizable, just like the chin and the notch, on other products. Like
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as you see a stem, you know these are AirPods. Like I feel like why would you
yeah.
remove
Right,
it? Because if you
right.
remove it, it just
They're either
it'll just look
AirPods
like
or
every
their
other
Chinese
earbud on the
version.
market.
Or their Chinese version.
yeah.
Except you can kind of tell
I don't
if
think
they're a
that's-
Chinese version because they're like twice as big.
Oh no, but no,
Yeah,
the Chinese
yeah.
ones they blink. You know, how they got like a blue light or something. They just got they blink
Oh,
in
yeah.
the corner, like they got lights.
That's
I've
true.
seen that.
Somebody's got.
Anyways, yeah.
They're like, these are AirPods, and they're just having a light show.
The flashing blue. Yeah.
Oh, here's the
Yeah.
guy who doesn't spend £250 on AirPods.
Yeah, it's true though. It is. So
Did you
what
did you
else
get
is
the
there?
article up, Taylor?
I
MacBook Air.
trying. Yeah, so I'm trying to go back to
think I've
that
Revamped
because I don't
MacBook
know
Air with a notch. A white notch.
what yeah, what is up with that, honestly?
This is something I'm very
So-
conflicted on. Yeah.
I don't exactly mind white bezels, but a white notch.
No, me
Yeah,
either.
that's
Me
exactly
either.
my issue.
That's the problem.
Yeah, because you see a black notch, as we have right now in the MacBook Pro, it blends into the background. That's why I'm not hugely annoyed by it. Like, I know a lot of people hate it, but I don't really care because it blends in most of the time. But a white notch, that's going to stand out like a sore thumb. That's just going to stand out. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you will not be able to, like,
I
unless you use
don't
like
know
a
if-
white wallpaper. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember, like, back in the day when the iPhone 10 was being rumored, where we saw,
Yeah,
like,
the
a
white
number of
be-
different... There was one with white bezels, and I was like,
I remember
no,
that.
please, don't do this. Don't do this. Like, white bezels
Yeah, I know.
before, like, on older iPhones, they're all right. But then if it's, like, a notch, you will notice that notch a lot more. Like, if it's a black notch, it kind of blends into the whole display, but then...
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
weird
but
because Apple's actively removing white bezels from the iPhone and the iPad line. Like recently with the iPad 9, they like if you get the silver model, it still has a black front. But for some reason
Okay.
with the Mac, they're just going back to white bezel. I guess I understand with the iMac 24-inch, they're going for the whole nostalgia thing. But with the MacBook Air, I really hope they just keep black bezels. At least give us like a space gray option with black bezels and make the
Yeah.
rest of the lineup white.
Yeah, because it would
So,
suck to have a space gray with the... will they even do space gray?
Or is it midnight
now
now?
that-
I don't know. I hate.
I would
the new
honestly
colours, like-
midnight. Yeah, the new colors I don't like, but it would be nice to have a midnight Mac, honestly, because I think the darkest we've gotten
Yeah.
so far is just space gray.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
annoys
it
me
is.
about space gray and midnight is that the different shades on different products. Like, have you like I think
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah.
So Starlight with the iPhone is like it's just white really, but Starlight on the Apple Watch is more of a gold. It's got a gold tint to it, and space gray is quite similar. Where space gray
50 Shades of
was-
Space Gray.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Space Gray. Where it's all kinds of good. Yeah, that's a really good way. That's a really good way to summarize it. That also bugs me because I love the iPhone 5S, the original, the OG Space Gray. That looks amazing. Why did they not keep that around for the whole? All the like. Why did they just not make that the shade? Instead, they just went,
Mhm.
crazy and did all kinds of stuff.
Apple color schemes are just
Yeah, I
they're
don't
not.
understand.
sometimes they
Nah,
release
me
the
either.
odd.
Me either.
They seem to change it every year as well. They're like, oh yeah, this year we have space gray and silver. This year we have space gray, gold, rose gold, and silver. And then this year we have black, jet black, and rose gold.
Yeah.
It's like, just
Oh,
pick a color.
God.
Just pick 3 or 4 colors and just stick with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like even we get with
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
iPhone 12, we got a number of different colors, and then the iPhone 13 are like some of the colors are the same, but they're a slightly different shade. Like the 13 in red is like a cherry red, and then
Yeah,
the
and
12
then
is
the
like
12
a
is
lighter red.
Yeah,
like-
Yeah,
it's not even that
exactly.
red. Yeah. Yeah,
It's-
that's
I don't
true.
know, man.
Hopefully the MacBook Airs, like the colors match like the 24-inch iMac or something.
Knowing Apple, because
Dude,
that's what I thought.
yeah.
The iPad Mini, another example. The iPad Mini does not match. That annoys me. The fact it does not match with the iPad Air lineup. The colors are completely different.
Yeah,
That really bugs me as well.
that's terrible.
Anyways,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. Moving on from that, so like the new MacBook Air is gonna have it's gonna like basically like the biggest revamp in history. It's gonna have a new design, so it's no longer gonna be wedge shaped. It's gonna be kind of like a MacBook Pro or older MacBook Pro now. And then it's gonna.
I have another
M2
question
chip.
actually. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Now I was going to ask, do you
Go.
guys think the Air moniker's going? Because there's been another like theory that this could just be the MacBook. You know how in the past they had like a regular MacBook.
Yeah.
So do you think this could be just because they're getting rid of the wedge shape? The wedge shape is what makes the MacBook Air the Air. So they remove that. Do you think it's going to be just the MacBook now?
I mean, I don't know because they've got the iPad Air still.
Yeah, yeah.
So then that would kind of, I mean, it's Apple, so they confuse lineups every day. But they might just do
I
it.
mean,
I
not
think it will make
wrong.
sense. I think it will make sense to
Yeah,
change it
fair,
to just
fair.
MacBook.
True. Yeah.
Not wrong. Yeah.
But then it wouldn't really be uniform with the rest of the lineup at that point. Well, no, it would because you've got iPhone.
And you got
then you've got
iMac.
that.
You just got a regular iMac, and this is going to be like a portable version of
Regular,
the iMac. Yeah,
yeah,
like so regular iMac, regular MacBook. I don't know, maybe.
So I mean they try. I think they tried to kill the MacBook Air before,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
brought it
With the
back.
12-inch MacBook, but then the 12-inch MacBook just did not.
Yeah, it had
It
like
was
one
terrible.
port as well. It had one port. Like, who buys a computer
Actually,
with one port and a headphone jack?
I did like the design of the 12-inch MacBook. I really like. I remember.
Yeah, I
I
think it was
remember
really
watching
good.
that event. The event, I was blown away by the design, but obviously the machine was underpowered and it was expensive for what it was.
People hated the
So,
keyboard
yeah.
as well.
And the keyboard. Yeah.
Dude, yes, exactly.
I'm so glad they
Um,
reverted back to the normal keyboard with M1. Like, you know what? They're preparing for M1. Like, I'm happy we didn't see any like M1 Macs with butterfly keyboards. Just glad that did not happen.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the butterfly keyboard on my MacBook Pro, and it's not too bad. Like some of the keys do get stuck though. Kind of noticed
Okay.
it's not good. But anyway, we're also going to be getting new versions of the Mac Mini, entry level MacBook Pro for some weird reason.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know.
We're getting a revamped Mac Pro as well with Apple Silicon. So some pretty exciting stuff. Apart from the entry level MacBook Pro, why they're doing that, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I guess the only incentive I could see is if they give the Air white bezels and a notch, I will buy. So I might get a Mac next year. So like I'll probably buy that just for the black bezels.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
at this point, if they're gonna release a different MacBook Pro, like a 13-inch MacBook, just call it MacBook or change the name.
yeah. Fair,
Because
fair.
it just makes it so confusing. Because you got MacBook Pro 13-inch that's inferior to the MacBook Pro 14-inch. Of course, we also get the iPhone 14 lineup next year. Or we're gonna get like the iPhone 14, 14 Plus, or whatever they're gonna call that. No mini, and then we're also gonna get the 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max, which are gonna be exciting upgrades.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Hopefully. I mean,
And
yes.
Go ahead.
and we're also getting 3 Apple Watches. Getting an Apple Watch SE, an Apple Watch Series 8 that probably won't be square. Sorry, John Prosser. And we're also going to get a ruggerized version aimed at extreme sports athletes.
Yes.
So that's going to be
Cool.
interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting thing. I honestly thought that the sports version, the rugged version, whatever you want to call it, was going to be coming like sooner than
Yeah,
it actually
Gurman.
is. I don't know
I
why,
think
but
Gurman did say it was going to be a 20. So actually, there was like another theory going around, but the rugged watch could be the square watch that John leaked
Yeah.
because we did hear about
Mhm.
2021 release for the rugged watch initially, and then Gurman said it was delayed. So that's probably why John had these CAD models of a square watch, and obviously the square aesthetic works for a rugged watch because it's like I don't
More
know, just
durable.
I guess it's more durable, but like I just imagine a rugged watch looking more squarish. So yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
yeah.
So that's going to be exciting for the people who want a rugged watch.
Yes.
I probably don't, but
I don't leave the house,
Um,
so yeah.
so,
I don't know.
um,
I think I need everything rugged because honestly, like I mess everything up without wanting. You know?
Honestly though, I think you're better off just buying a case, like just getting a regular Apple Watch and buy the SE and just get a case
True.
for it, like a rugged case. Like
Yeah.
Truly,
unless
yeah.
I don't know how much more expensive the rugged version is going to be, but I'm assuming it's going to be like a little more than the flagship. So maybe like
yeah, unless
4.9.
I wonder what material they'll use. Like if they'll use a more durable material, maybe they might even use plastic Because if they do,
Yep.
I think it kind of goes back to when they had like the Apple Watch Sport. I wonder if they're gonna call it Apple Watch Sport, but because the Apple Watch Sport was kind of like it wasn't exactly a rugged version or anything.
Yeah, it was just
like the
we have it. We
cheaper
kind of have it
version.
today. Yeah, we kind of have it today. We just don't have the names gone, but like the regular version. Yeah.
Yeah, so we might
I
get
think-
another Apple Watch Sport
I think Gurman, he mentioned Explorer Edition. I think
or Explorer.
Explorer Edition. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
pretty cool. I
Yeah,
thought,
that might. Yeah.
Explorer
Or
Edition.
Apple Watch EX
Yeah.
or EE.
Yeah.
And then they get sued by EE.
Yeah,
But,
I guess.
And then the last thing for this segment is their Apple's, of course, also going to be releasing their AR mixed reality headset. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. I think we got a new report. Well, so Quo just gave us reports regarding. Well, he gave us information regarding the second gen version. So we haven't got the first one. Now we've got second gen coming. We've got information about that. But anyways, it sounds pretty cool. The Animojis. I think German mentioned like Animojis. Something about Animoji and maybe like so if with FaceTime you could virtualize. I guess you could like when you're talking to somebody, you can just like virtualize a place and you could be seeing together like in an AR world, maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And this really segues really well into the next story, which is we want to talk a little bit more about the mixed reality headset, because there's a report from Mark Gurman about how this is going to focus on gaming, media consumption, and communication. So it's basically kind of trying to replace your phone in a way with some functions.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
that's gonna be really
understand
cool.
how, but okay. I've said this in I've said this in previous things. Like I don't see it, replacing phones. I don't know.
I think
But
it
go
will.
ahead.
I think it will, but not this one. The Apple.
Yeah,
So people are mixing this up, but like there's two products Apple's releasing: a headset, which is like an Oculus kind of device, which is going to be like a home device, really, like using at home. But then there's going to be Apple Glass, which I think John like leaked. Like he told. I remember John said that was coming out like in 2021, like 499, something like. He got some crazy leaks, but anyways, whenever that comes out, that's going to be the the iPhone killer, in my opinion, because the iPhone's kind of, if you think about it, the iPhone is kind of maturing. Like I think Apple's kind of running out of things to give the iPhone.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
It's like I said, I feel like my iPhone's perfect, and like upgrade cycles are slowing down as well. So I feel like Apple needs a replacement device, which could be the glasses.
Yeah. But then the question is, how do you think they're going to handle like the whole camera situation? Because of course it'll have a camera built in to see what you're seeing. But how about like with FaceTime or like taking selfies and stuff? What do you think they're gonna do with that if they did fully replace the iPhone?
Okay, selfies is actually a good point. I'm not sure how selfies, but like FaceTime, like Gurman said, with this, like you could probably just have like you just have the screen, because like I've seen I think it was Ben Gaskin on Twitter. He was showing off like a new AR glasses that just came out from Nubia, I think, and it's basically like having like a really insane desktop setup. Like you've got different windows for different things, and it's basically like having a phone, but those windows are everywhere around you. So I think that's how FaceTime should work. It'll just be like a window they can open and just put somewhere. But selfies, I'm not too sure about. Selfies is a valid point. I don't know how they're gonna fix. How selfies are gonna work.
I mean, unless you give a friend or whoever you with the glasses, and they take the picture for it. I don't know.
yeah, that's a bit.
Just ask a random stranger in the street, "Hey, can you take a picture of me?" Yeah, sure. And just walk away with your glasses.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, exactly. You're gonna do.
That's gonna be interesting. I think though, for FaceTime and stuff, because I was thinking, I think the reason why a lot of people love FaceTime right now is because you can kind of see the other person face to face, or not just FaceTime, but like other video chat stuff. And I think if they did do it with the AR glasses, the Apple Glass, I think there would be some like issues with that if it was like a virtual person that was, I don't know how to describe it. Like you see a virtual person instead of seeing like
Yeah.
their face and things like that.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
was thinking, because like Apple's already into like a lot of facial recognition technology with Face ID and things like that, and they could possibly, like, of course, maybe not now, but like in the future when eventually they will replace iPhones, the AR glasses will replace iPhones, they might be able to scan your face and create a 3D model, and the 3D model will then
Yeah.
mimic what you're doing. So it'll look kind of real,
Yep. Yep.
but not really. I don't know if that's just an idea that just popped into my head. I was thinking. I don't know what you
Oh
guys
yeah,
think about that.
I think that's like you know, like the whole metaverse thing. I think that will blow up. Like the whole I feel like people like have you guys seen Ready Player One, the movie? Like just like having a different
No,
virtual.
but I've heard of it.
Yeah, like just having different, like you have an avatar that you have in a different world that you control with like an AR VR device. I think that's gonna become a huge thing. So yeah, I do kind of see that happening. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, cool. So the last thing we wanted to
So-
talk about today, Taylor, do you want to talk about that? Introduce it. Or is your computer not
surely.
working?
My computer's not working tonight. Listen, man.
All right. It's
I'm
not
not
even night.
opening more stuff.
This.
What, did I say tonight? I meant today. Whoops.
Anyway, okay, I could do it. So there's been some official images of Taylor's next watch, the Google the Google Pixel watch. You're buying one, right, Taylor? You're selling your Apple Watch and buying one.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we're on 49 retweets right now.
Just get a
No,
ton of
but
bot
it-
accounts and retweet.
Just go to buyretweets.org.
Yeah,
Yeah. By retweet.
So
No,
John
listen,
Prosser.
I have said I want it. I at least want to try it because it looks so good. But I don't make promises that I can't keep. So if it happens, I'll let you guys know. That's all I can say.
But yeah,
go ahead,
apparently, I love how Foreign Arena, the article we chose, it starts off by saying, okay, so John Prosser's sources weren't correct about the flat size for the Apple Watch Series 7. But then he's got this other leak that might be real. So like he basically leaked all of the Google Pixel Watch marketing images somehow.
Yeah.
Don't know how he managed to get hold of all of these so early. But apparently the Pixel Watch is going to be released in quarter one of 2022. So probably around like between January
Google, I
and
think-
April, I think.
When does Google I/O happen? I think that's
That's
probably
like
what-
June.
yeah.
So it'll probably it's.
June,
I think
okay.
this is happening before that.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. Cool.
So they're gonna be releasing this. I'm honestly really excited because I like what Google's trying to do now with their
Yeah.
Pixel lineup and how they're actually trying to make a flagship this time. They're not kind of like, here's a phone with some mediocre features.
Yeah, just,
Now they're
yeah.
actually trying. They're actually trying to make people
Right.
excited for their phones and trying to sell them. And we saw them like sell out of the Pixel 6 as soon as it came out, and now even now people are still having a hard time trying to buy some.
To be fair, we don't know how many they made, but
That's true. Yeah,
they could have made
they
10,
might-
like 10.
That's true. Or they might have even made a lot, but then they're like, "Oh, it's sold out," but it's not actually
like,
sold out.
But anyway, but I do agree. The six is really nice. Yeah, I do agree. Like,
Yeah,
I've
it's
said it,
a really good phone.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's exciting that now they're trying to enter the smartwatch world with their Pixel Watch. There's going to be like a round watch, and it's going to have
It's
Wear OS, I'm
basically-
guessing.
In basic terms, it's going to be everything that the Apple Watch should have been.
Nah,
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. I think that's a bit
Yeah.
controversial, Taylor.
Honestly,
I think we should
No,
probably- we should probably-
I mean,
I know a lot of people say.
design
Yeah, I know.
wise.
Yeah, design-wise, I agree, but functionality-wise, a rounded watch still won't be as good as a
Oh, yeah.
squarish. This is like you're getting more content. That's to me, that's the most
Yeah,
important part at
true.
the end of the day.
I completely agree with that.
So,
Like
yeah,
I
true.
used a round. I have a round smartwatch. It don't for some reason it's not got a band on right now, but I've used this for a few years, and I agree. Like have a round watch, although it looks nice, it's not very
Yeah.
functional as a smartwatch. Like a square watch, you can see more
True.
stuff on it, and it works better in some ways. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Google handles the whole round watch thing with their UI. So I think Wear OS does kind of work okay on a round screen. Um,
Yeah, and the
so
Samsung's watches are primarily well, Samsung and Google now have like a partnership, right? Like they,
yeah,
um, I guess like they kind of fuse their software together. Yeah,
Samsung's embracing Android a bit more,
Yeah.
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
not what they're
So
supposed to do.
Right.
I think
honestly, I could
it's
even
supposed to go the
kind of
opposite
see
direction.
the Pixel Watch being like a rebranded version of the Galaxy Watch in a way because if you guys didn't know, like Tensor apparently is just a rebranded Exynos chip. There's evidence
Actually,
in there's evidence within like the code of Tensor just says Exynos. So
Oh
oh
wow.
no,
like
oh
yeah, I don't
good.
know. So I don't know. Maybe that maybe I'm just being really harsh on them. But yeah, the watch is nice. The watch does look nice. I'm just a bit skeptical about the functionality of it. And the bezels look
They end
really
up
Yeah.
thin. Like, did you see how thin the bezels were in some of the
yeah
marketing
they
images? Like,
look
I'm
they look pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, going back
Pretty.
to the Exynos part, imagine they just like there's a factory assembly video that gets leaked, and they basically have the Galaxy Watch, and they take it apart, and they take all the parts, and then they just put it in a Pixel Watch. You just imagine that. That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
I have a
Exactly.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like that. This is Samsung Google's just like it's really sus. They became friends just before the Pixel 6 launched, you know? They became really tight friends and now they're sharing parts
Yeah.
allegedly, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Exactly.
be interesting to see this watch. I'm honestly really excited to see it. Maybe I'll get one. Who knows? We'll see.
How much do you guys how much do you think it'll be in terms of pricing?
Ooh, it'll have to compete
Oh
with
God.
the Apple Watch, and I think it'll probably be a little bit cheaper than the Apple Watch. So I think probably around 250. I think is how or
Yeah,
300
yeah.
Yeah.
around that
I think
price
Yeah.
range. I think is
250,
how much it's gonna be.
250, mate. Yeah, yeah. I would say 250. Yeah.
Yeah, because it probably won't have like some of the features that the Apple Watch has, like the blood oxygen and ECG, but it'll probably definitely have a heart rate sensor and stuff.
Hmm.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but I think yeah, 250, round about that.
Cool.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that. Even like I'd say maybe 300. Maybe. I don't know.
I think they're
But
willing to undercut the
250.
competition, like because like you know the Pixel 6 was a complete surprise. Like we did not we I think the initial leaks were saying
Yes.
they're saying like
Yes.
799 or something like that, and I was like 799. Oh, that's a hard sell. Like 10 apparently like I remember the initial interview was like they said like these were going to be really expensive phones like north of 1,000, and then they just undercut the competition massively, like 599 and 899. That was huge. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and like okay,
Yeah. Definitely.
they can undercut the competition because Google sells us ads. Like they make money off us through ads. So I feel like
Right.
they could do the same with the
Right.
Pixel Watch, where you know they could probably make it really cheap, like 250 or even 199 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Well, is there anything
So
else that anybody wants to talk about, or anything you want to add before we go?
No,
no, I
we've
think
covered. We've got a variety of topics. Yeah. Well.
yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Uh
Well,
yeah, and
with
we're
that
about
said,
a little over an hour in. So I don't know
look
how
at
that's gonna
that.
work for you.
I think I'm gonna end up cutting like 5 minutes of Taylor restarting his computer. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
Man,
that I guess
that was
wraps
crazy.
that I guess wraps this episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast off. Thank you again, Saran, for joining
Thank
us.
you.
And
Thank
for
Yeah,
you.
those
thank
who
you,
want to
man.
follow him, we'll leave his YouTube and other social media links in the description or the show notes. You can go check out. And as always, if you want to check out some of the articles we used for this show, you can also see the show notes and things. But that's about it. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed the podcast, or you're watching on YouTube, leave it a like. If you listen to it on another podcast thing, share it with a friend.
Cool.
That's it. Taylor, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, that's it. That's
all right.
it,
Thanks so
man.
much for watching the Tech
Thank you,
Unlocked
guys.
podcast.
See you guys. Oh,
We'll see you guys
wait,
next
wait,
week.
wait,
Oh,
Benji.
yeah, and next week.
Benji.
What?
Should we even tell them or give them a sneak peek of what's gonna happen next week?
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Or should
Wait for it. Lou from Unbox Therapy. No, we're just,
oh my god!
we're having PewDiePie. No, we're gonna
I
have
actually
John.
can't believe
from-
that. For a second, you convinced me. I'll be honest.
We're
for a
gonna
second,
have. We're gonna have a fake
No,
leaker. We're gonna have a fake
but this
leaker on our
is
next
wrong.
episode. John Prosser, the one and only, for real.
Yep.
This isn't a joke.
Oh, really?
So
really?
yeah,
Wow,
we're gonna have John
Oh,
Prosser next week.
That's sick.
So for
Okay.
those who are who don't like this
yeah.
podcast, you'll like it after next week.
Yeah, definitely. I just have a quick story before we end. I had a surprise on yesterday's stream. John Prosser actually came on and
Whoa.
commented on my stream. And like we were talking, and all of a sudden I just saw it. I actually have a clip of it on my Twitter, so if you guys want to go check that out, I have the clip of it of when he showed up. It was kind of crazy. And after that, I was kind of thrown off because I was so surprised that he was actually there. He actually, I didn't get the clip of it, but he actually answered some questions while he was on there, so it was pretty cool. I also have the replay of that stream, the whole thing, on Twitter and on YouTube, so go check that out. So
Nice.
I wanted to say
Alright.
that because honestly, that was the
pretty
first
cool,
time
yeah.
I've ever had somebody big like that on my stream, whether it be in the comments or at all. So
Even though he's a fake leaker, we still enjoy his content.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that next week.
I think I'm thinking of introducing him that way.
Oh,
You know what? I'll tune in live. If you do that, I'm gonna tune in live. I'll watch. I want to see this
Dude,
reaction.
okay, so this is a thing. So this
Probably
is
just
something
laugh
I
at
wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, probably.
So this is something that I wanted to talk to you about, Benji. I definitely think it would be cool since it's a 10th episode. I think we should do it live, just because John's gonna be there.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah.
Dude,
Do it live. Do it live.
dude,
You guys can promote
dude,
it.
I
Yeah.
think that would be. I think that would be sick, because it's our
Yeah.
10th episode, and because John's gonna be there. I think it's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
So
Well-
I was just gonna tell you that.
So guys, you might get
so-
the episode live next week.
Ooh. That's exciting.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
cool.
So,
Hopefully I'll be awake
guys.
enough.
Me too. Me
Because
too.
we're recording it at
I'm
like
thinking
11
of it
o'clock
like-
at night, my time.
Oh.
Oh
Okay.
damn.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. But yeah, that's
That's
it, guys. Just wanted to.
Thank you. This is the third outro of the show. Thank you,
Yeah.
Taylor. But yeah, thanks everyone for listening. We will
guys.
see you, or you will hear from us next week.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
great night. Have a great week. Talk to you guys later.
See ya.
See you guys.
So yesterday I went live and I was talking about my
Oh no.
About your camera not working. Wonderful.
Everything's
damn
just,
it.
everything's going wrong for Taylor today. What is this? Oh, go
Okay,
back.
now you can
Yeah.
see me. I was getting a phone call, but I'll
You're getting another phone call. Did you forget to turn on focus mode again?